How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing very well today because today I'm going to react to Trump's opinion on the Biden electric vehicle goals. We're going to see what kind of policies Mr. Joseph Biden wants to apply to the US. And, I'm pretty sure Trump does not agree with it a single bit. I know that for a fact. And so we're going to have to pretty much listen.
Thank you. Thank you. Under the Trump presidency, patriotic protectionism. Protection. We want to protect our country from people that are destroying our country. They want to destroy our country, and they see it being destroyed, and they do nothing about it. But it will be a new American way. Protectionism. We have to protect our country from outside evil and also from inside evil, because I think the inside evil is actually more dangerous than the outside. Inside evil, like some of these radical left lunatics that we have to deal with all the time. That means protecting our workers, protecting our wages, protecting our jobs, protecting our industries, and yes, protecting our farmers, ranchers, growers, and ethanol producers in the great state of Iowa. We're protecting them. Crooked Joe is trying to crush Iowa ethanol. Biden's insane electric vehicle mandate. You hear that? Everybody has to go buy an electric car, even though you can only drive for about
That's
15
insane.
minutes.
They're booing it, bro.
I want to drive, darling. Let's have a beautiful drive to California to see how horrible that state is doing. Let's go and see if it's as bad as I hear. Let's take a drive to California, and let's go and study San Francisco, what a horrible thing it is, and let's study parts of Los Angeles just to see if it's as bad as they say, darling. And let's get in our new electric vehicle, and 30 minutes later you're saying, where are we going to get a recharge? Did you ever hear that? The happiest people in the world are the people who just got their electric vehicle charged. That lasts for 10 minutes. After that, they become somewhat schizophrenic because they're thinking about where the hell do I get it recharged? Now, look, electric vehicles are okay, but then they have their place. I don't know if you know, but they want to make trucks now all electric, and the trucking industry will be decimated. The trucking industry, and I spoke to the big trucking industries, so they said, these big, beautiful cabs, these beautiful, they have like penthouse apartments. I'd live in one of them. They're gorgeous, right, with the back. And they said to me, one of the executives, for 60 years I've been buying trucks, big guy. He said, and every year they got a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit. He said, now they're so amazing. Now they want to bring us back 60 years ago. So a truck, a big truck, a good, I won't use Peterbilt, but it could use Peterbilt and others that build them, and they're very good companies. They build an incredible product. You can get them with diesel. You can get them to go up to 2,000 miles. Think of that, 2,000 miles. An electric will go about 300 miles. So that's upping 6 or 7 times. And those are long stops, too. Those aren't like fill it up. Those are long stops. And they don't care. The greatest is the Army tank. So we have these great Army tanks that can blast the hell out of anything, right? Sherman tanks. They can blast the hell out of anything. They want to make them all electric now, so that when we go into enemy territory, guns are blazing, knocking the hell out of everything in front, we're doing it in an environmentally friendly way. Now, you believe it? And the problem with the Army tanks, we want to be environmentally friendly. And the problem with the Army tanks is actually the electric isn't good for it in terms of the torque and various other things. But they can't go very far also. They don't go very far. So you can have a lot of problems with that one. And the batteries are massive. The battery would be bigger. Actually, to get it so it could be at least 20% of diesel, the battery is so big, it's actually bigger than the Army tank itself. So I have an idea. Let it pull a battery along. Put wheels, let it pull. These people are crazy. And the new one, I was in South Carolina the other day, great boat manufacturer, and he's very concerned. Number one, they cut his thing down to 2 miles an hour, even if you're way out in the ocean. 2 miles an hour. I said, how fast could they go? Like 40 and 50. They wanted to go 2. until they get out to 90 miles. I said, how far out do they go? About 60 miles. I said, you mean you can speed it up, but you'll never get out there? That's long, 90 miles. I looked at those boats, they looked very safe, but I don't want to be 90 miles out. That's a long way. But he said they want us to start thinking about going all electric for boats instead of Mercury engines, beautiful, made in the USA Mercury engines and others, where you smell that little smell, that beautiful sound, everything. They want to go all electric. I said, what's wrong with that? He said, well, the problem is the batteries are so heavy that the boat can't carry them. They would sink. And if we did it where they could go for at least a moderate period of time, they'd be so big they'd cover the entire boat. And he said to me, he said, you know, nobody's ever asked me this question. I said, so what would happen if you're in an all-battery boat? The whole boat is practically battery. You know, these batteries are massive. Problem with the trucks is it takes up so much room, too. With the trucks, I mean, the whole thing is like a battery. The whole thing is so crazy. You think if they had 1 3-minute sit-down with the truckers of America, they'd understand it. And they do sort of understand it, but it doesn't matter. It's like open border. They understand open borders, and it doesn't matter. You don't see them closing the borders. They say, oh, we're doing a wonderful job. 15 million people are coming in. From prisons, from mental institutions, they're coming in. But I asked the boater, I said, so let me ask you, let's say your boat goes down, and I'm sitting on top of this big, powerful battery, and the boat's going down. Do I get electrocuted? And he said, you know what? Honestly, nobody's ever asked me that question. But if I'm sitting down and that boat's going down and I'm on top of a battery, and the water starts flooding in, I'm getting concerned. But then I look 10 yards to my left and there's a shark over there. So I have a choice of electrocution or shark. You know what I'm going to take? Electrocution. I will take electrocution every single time. Do we agree? Yeah, I will take electrocution. But these people are crazy. They also want to go with energy-efficient jet fuel so that we don't have any problems. But I said, well, what's the negativity? Sir, we lose approximately 15% of efficiency on the plane itself. I said, you know, 15% is the difference between shooting somebody down and being shot down. It's a lot, you know that. Yes, sir, but it's good for the environment. Just think of these idiots. So we're going to go into enemy territory. We're going to bomb the hell out of cities. We're going to beat our enemy. We're going to hit them so hard they don't know.
Interesting.
All in an energy, clean way. We want to have nice, clean jet engines, even though we're bombing the crap out of them, right? These people are crazy. So you lose efficiency, you lose a standard of effectiveness that's very severe. It's about 15%.
True.
And if you don't mind, I didn't come back to you and ask you if I could do it, but I turned that proposal down, okay? But it'll be approved by this administration if they have their druthers. If Joe Biden's extremist mandate is allowed to stand, gas-powered cars will be gone, Iowa ethanol will be totally destroyed, and the economy of this state will be decimated. Ethanol's a big thing for your state, by the way, in terms of jobs and what it represents. When I'm back in the White House, I will save Iowa ethanol by repealing Joe Biden's absolutely insane, job-killing electric vehicle mandate on day one. Day one. One. No, they want to kill it. They want to basically kill almost any form of energy. They like wind. They like these big windmills, and they like, they like things that are very expensive, mostly made in China. You know, all the cars are going to be made in China. I was in Michigan the other night with the United Auto Workers and others, and I said, you know, you can be negotiating your hourly wage. It doesn't matter because in 2 years you're not going to have any job production. They're going to all be moved to China because China makes all electric cars, and a couple of other countries make all the electric cars. We're not going to make any. So it doesn't matter what they pay you per hour. And all of a sudden, did you notice today? Today the union said, we want to fight to stop the electric. I'm the one that told them. What the hell kind of a union is this? I'm the one that told them. They're not going to have any cars made in the United States. You know, I haven't figured, I'm going to do this the next time I'm here, we'll talk about it. Tractors, beautiful John Deere tractors, case tractors.
All right, so I know that was a long time without my opinion, right? But here's the deal. I got that from Joe. Here's the deal. If we all have electric cars, wouldn't you agree that in the future, since there's not going to be a lot of those charging not pods, but those charging stations for every car, right? Because I'm pretty sure they're electric. It's like a phone, right? The phone has a battery, not that big, like he said, but it has a battery. It takes around, I want to say, 2 hours, 3 hours to go, fully charge. I'm guessing depending on your battery life and how long you have the phone. But now imagine this: you have this typical Teslas, right? They have big batteries, and I've seen them. They got huge batteries. Now imagine this: you charge it all night, right? 100%. You go, long distances, here and back, 50 miles. You go everywhere. You come to a stop into maybe a restaurant, right? You have like 3 miles till you get home, and you have no energy left. Imagine that. The whole day, you forgot you're going, you're driving everywhere, you're doing long distances, 30 miles, 50 miles here, going back. Now you stop at a restaurant. Where's the charging station? You know? And I mean, yeah, I mean, it's true. That might not be the case sometimes, but imagine that. I mean, some people just, they're really not, they're stressed, they got lives. Some people don't really remind themselves that, oh, shoot, I have to charge this thing, And maybe they have to remind themselves, because, it is their car. If I had a car, I'll be like, oh, you know what? I'll probably charge it right now and then use it for tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, switching, to freaking battery tanks, battery boats, battery trucks, battery tractors. Is it going to save the environment? That's the big question right there. Because, people, the environmental freaking activist people, they want to save the planet. They want to save the world. Like, come on. Like, are you really going to save the world like that? Oops, the camera's going away. Are you really going to save the world like that? Like, think about it. Like, are you really? I don't know. I don't think so. Oil, the gas has been for centuries, man. It's the world produces oil to us. That's why, people over there in the Middle East, they're rich. They're oil rich. They got like oil rigs, they got like all the oil money and stuff like that, and they're rich because it comes out of the fucking earth, the ground. But yeah, I mean, I hope you guys like the video. If you haven't watched it, I hope you like it because it was pretty much the whole segment of the video. And there goes my opinion. I'm not against electric cars, like he said, it has its use, but like an everyday, like because some people, like Ubers, they drive, and people like that. And I know there's some people that have jobs, like office jobs, but still, sometimes they might forget, sometimes they might be too stressed, sometimes they gotta make a quick run and then boom, and then you take the kids and then do this and then do that, pick someone up, and then go for grocery shopping. Life happens, right? And I'm pretty sure maybe if you guys have an electric car, maybe some of you have missed it once, right? And you probably got like stuck out somewhere 50 miles away. Who knows, right? Who knows? But yeah, I mean, that's my opinion. I hope to read your opinion in the comments, and yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you.